Imagine being just 13 years old and juggling the typical trials of adolescent school, friends, crushes, while also carrying the weight of an extraordinary destiny. Sounds overwhelming, doesn't it? Welcome to the life of Jake Long, the first American dragon. Not only does he need to navigate the turbulent waters of teenage life, but he also has the monumental task of maintaining the balance between the human world and a hidden magical realm. Let's embark on this roller coaster ride of teenage adventures and discover the challenges that come with being half human and half dragon. Jake Long is a typical 13-year-old kid in many ways. He loves skateboarding, hanging out with his friends Spud and Trixie, and he has a major crush on Rose, the girl next door who seems to have it all together. But beneath the surface of this seemingly normal teenage life lies a secret that could change everything. Jake is not just an ordinary boy, he's the first American dragon, a being destined to protect magical creatures from the dangers that lurk in the shadows, particularly from the notorious Hunts clan. Jake's dual identity brings with it a unique set of challenges. On one hand, he is just a kid who wants to fit in, make friends, and maybe even ask Rose out on a date. On the other hand, he carries the weight of his family's legacy, a lineage of dragons tasked with safeguarding the magical world that coexists secretly alongside our own. It's a heavy burden for someone so young, and at times, the pressure can feel suffocating. In his world, magic isn't just a fantasy. It's a reality that intertwines with his day-to-day life. His friends, Spud and Trixie, provide comic relief and unwavering support, but they also have their own quirks. Spud, though sometimes seen as a bit slow, is surprisingly resourceful, often coming through with tech-savvy solutions when least expected. Trixie, on the other hand, is sassy and fierce, offering Jake the best advice, especially when it comes to navigating his feelings for Rose. But what surprises Jake the most is how little he knows about himself and the extraordinary powers he possesses as a dragon. As we dive deeper into Jake's world, we'll uncover the complexities of his journey, the friendships he cherishes, and the battles he must face to protect both his human life and his dragon heritage. But what does it mean to be the American dragon? What will Jake learn about himself as he balances these two worlds? Jake Long's life is not just about skateboards and crushes, it's about legacy and responsibility. On his mother's side, Jake comes from a long line of dragons. This connection to the mythical world is both a gift and a curse. While he possesses incredible abilities, he also bears the weight of expectations. He is the first American dragon, born in a land where dragons are mere legends, and with this title comes the duty to protect magical creatures that secretly inhabit the human world. Jake's grandfather, known as Gramps, plays a pivotal role in his life. A half-human, half-dragon himself, Gramps has a wealth of knowledge about the dragon lineage and the duties that come with it. His past as the legendary Chinese dragon gives him a unique perspective on the challenges Jake faces. Gramps is determined to teach Jake how to control his powers and navigate the complexities of the magical realm. However, Jake often finds Gramps' training methods to be outdated and a little odd. Who wants to clean the house with their dragon tongue? Then there's Fu, Jake's 600-year-old talking dog, who is not just a pet, but a guardian and a mentor. Fu has an encyclopedic knowledge of the magical world, often providing Jake with the guidance he desperately needs. Whether it's concocting potions or deciphering ancient spells, Fu is always ready to lend a paw or a snout, if you will. But what makes Fu truly special is his unwavering loyalty. He's been with the Long family for centuries, and he cares deeply for Jake's well-being. As Jake learns more about his dragon heritage, he discovers that his powers are tied to his emotions. When he's excited or stressed, they can manifest in unexpected ways. This complicates his teenage life, especially when he's trying to keep his dragon identity a secret from his friends and classmates. The struggle to control his powers becomes a recurring theme in his journey, leading to some hilarious and chaotic moments. But Jake isn't just learning about his dragon side. He's on a quest for self-discovery. Each adventure teaches him more about who he is and the kind of dragon he wants to be. He learns that being a hero isn't just about strength. It's about courage, kindness, and the willingness to stand up for those who can't defend themselves. Jake's legacy is not just about his family name. It's about making his own mark in both the human and magical worlds. As we continue, we'll see how Jake's understanding of his dual identity evolves and how he grapples with the responsibilities that come with being the first American dragon. The stakes are high, and the journey is just beginning, but Jake is ready to embrace whatever comes next, even if it means facing the HuntsClan head-on. With the weight of his legacy pressing down on him, Jake Long finds himself at a crossroads. It's time for his dragon training to begin, and he knows he needs to master his powers to fulfill his role as the American Dragon. In the first episode, aptly titled Old School Training, Jake, along with Gramps and Fu, gathers on the rooftop of a building, ready to embark on this new chapter. Gramps is eager to impart his wisdom, but Jake is less than enthusiastic about his grandfather's unconventional training methods. Gramps starts by explaining the territory Jake must protect, the magical creatures that coexist with humans, and the dangers posed by the HuntsClan. Jake's excitement quickly turns into skepticism as Gramps hands him a broom and instructs him to clean while using his dragon abilities. Cleaning the house with his dragon tongue? This isn't exactly what Jake had in mind when he thought of dragon training. But as any young hero learns, the path to greatness is often paved with mundane tasks. Later that night, Jake, Fu, and Gramps venture out to the park, where they encounter a member of the HuntsClan hunting for unicorns. This presents Jake with his first real opportunity to prove himself. The adrenaline rush is palpable as he prepares for battle, but he soon realizes he's in over his head. Before he can even take flight, he is knocked out by a girl who appears out of nowhere, leaving him humiliated and questioning his readiness for the responsibilities ahead. As the scene unfolds, the audience is treated to a classic teenage dilemma. Jake's desire to impress and prove himself clashes with the reality of his inexperience. He faces a harsh lesson that night, one that will echo throughout his journey. Bravery comes in many forms, and sometimes it means acknowledging your limits. This moment sets the stage for Jake's character development, showcasing his growth from an eager but naive adolescent to a more self-aware hero. The following day brings new challenges as Jake returns to school, grappling with the embarrassment of his previous night's encounter. His friends Spud and Trixie invite him to skate, but Jake is torn. He promised Gramps he would attend training. This conflict between his dragon duties and his desire for a normal teenage life is a recurring theme throughout the series. While he wants to be there for his friends, he also knows that he has a greater responsibility. As Jake reluctantly heads to Gramps' place for more training, he discovers that his first task is not mastering fire breathing or flying, but rather cleaning the entire house again. This absurdity leads to comedic moments that highlight the generational gap between Jake and Gramps. As Jake grumbles about the ridiculousness of it all, the audience can't help but chuckle, resonating with the frustrations of balancing responsibilities with youthful defiance. But the plot thickens when Gramps faces an unexpected attack from two members of the HuntsClan. Jake, who had previously been dismissive of his training, now realizes he must rise to the occasion. This moment of clarity is pivotal. It shows that he cannot ignore his dragon heritage or the training that comes with it. With Fu's encouragement, Jake rushes to help Gramps, proving that when the stakes are high, he can summon courage even in the face of fear. In a thrilling battle, Jake channels all the training he begrudgingly went through, recalling the lessons learned while cleaning. Who knew scrubbing toilets would lead to dragon fighting techniques? As he taps into his newfound strength, the fight becomes a turning point for Jake. He defeats the huntsman, marking his first real victory, but not without a lingering question. What will happen when he faces an even greater threat? And just as victory seems within reach, a familiar mark catches Jake's eye. Could it be? The tattoo on one of the huntsmen resembles the birthmark he saw on Rose. This shocking revelation leaves Jake and the audience questioning the intertwining fates of their lives. As Jake Long continues to juggle his life between the human world and his responsibilities as a dragon, the stakes get even higher with the arrival of the school dance. In the episode Dragon Breath, Jake finds himself in a whirlwind of teenage angst and miscommunication that leads to both hilarity and heartache. The excitement around the upcoming dance buzzes through the halls of his school, and Jake is determined to ask Rose to be his date. However, the pressure is on. It's not just about securing a date, but also about impressing the girl who has captured his heart. His friends Trixie and Spud are eager to support him, but their advice often leads Jake into awkward situations. Trixie's sassy remarks and Spud's goofy antics create a comedic backdrop as Jake tries to muster the courage to approach Rose. However, just when Jake finally gathers his confidence to ask Rose out, disaster strikes. In a classic case of bad timing, he gets hit by a locker door, leading to an embarrassing fall right in front of her. Rose, ever the compassionate crush, rushes to check on him, creating a perfect opportunity for Jake to ask her to the dance. But instead of the romantic moment he envisioned, Jake panics and lies, claiming he already has a date. This lie spirals out of control as Jake tries to maintain his facade. He rushes around the school, frantically searching for a date to avoid being caught in his lie. But the universe seems to conspire against him. His attempts are thwarted by his infamous dragon breath, which becomes a major obstacle. As Jake tries to charm potential dates, he inadvertently sends them fleeing with his rancid breath, leading to some laugh-out-loud moments that highlight the awkwardness of teenage life. In a desperate attempt to salvage his chances, Fu steps in, offering a potion to cure Jake's bad breath. The plan is to take Jake to Magicville, a mystical place filled with magical beings, to find him a date. Jake's hopes are renewed when he meets a stunning girl named Jasmine, who seems to be everything he's looking for. But his excitement quickly dampens when he realizes that his connection with Jasmine comes with strings attached. She has her own secrets, and things are about to get complicated. As the dance draws closer, Jake's focus shifts between impressing Rose and figuring out how to handle his new interest in Jasmine. When Jake finally gets to the dance with Jasmine, everything seems perfect until chaos breaks loose. The dance quickly takes a turn for the supernatural when Jasmine reveals herself to be a Nyx, a creature that steals souls. The realization that he's been flirting with danger sends Jake into a panic, and he must act quickly to save not only himself, but also everyone at the dance. In a heart-pounding showdown, Jake transforms into his dragon form for the first time in front of his peers, fully embracing his identity as the American dragon. With the help of Fu and his dragon breath, he manages to subdue Jasmine, breaking the spell she cast on the dance. The night ends with a mix of triumph and confusion, as Jake realizes that no matter how much he tries to navigate the world of dating, his dragon identity will always complicate matters. Through this roller coaster of emotions and dramatic events, Jake learns that love is never straightforward, especially when you're a half-dragon trying to fit in. The experience teaches him valuable lessons about honesty, embracing his true self, and the complexities of young love. But just as Jake thinks he has it all figured out, an unexpected twist takes shape. As he looks back at Rose, he notices the tattoo that marks her as part of the Hunts clan, and the realization hits him hard. How can he pursue a relationship with someone who is part of the very group he's sworn to protect against? As Jake grapples with the complexities of his dual life, he finds himself standing at a crossroads, caught between his feelings for Rose and the harsh realities of their respective worlds. The tension escalates in the episode titled Dragon Breath, where Jake's internal conflict comes to a head when he learns that the girl he has a crush on is also a member of the Hunts clan, the very organization that hunts down magical creatures like him. This revelation hits Jake like a ton of bricks, forcing him to confront the reality of his situation. The episode opens with Jake trying to navigate his feelings for Rose while maintaining his duties as the American dragon. He is torn between wanting to pursue a relationship with her and the fear that being involved with someone from the Hunts clan could endanger both of them. As he watches Rose interact with her fellow huntsmen, Jake's heart sinks. he feels a mix of confusion, betrayal, and longing. How can he trust someone who is affiliated with a group that seeks to eradicate his kind? In a desperate attempt to clear his mind, Jake turns to his friends for support. Spud and Trixie try to encourage him to confront his feelings and ask Rose about her allegiances. They remind him that they've faced challenges together before, and that honesty is key in any relationship. But Jake hesitates, fearing that the truth might shatter the fragile connection they share. The weight of his dragon heritage looms large, and he can't shake the feeling that he is destined to be at odds with Rose, no matter how much he wants to be with her. Meanwhile, the Hunts clan steps up their efforts to capture Jake, causing him to remain hyper-aware of his surroundings. The stakes rise when he learns that the Huntsmen are planning a major operation to hunt down dragons, and he realizes that he must act quickly to warn his magical friends. This conflict pushes Jake to confront Rose directly, leading to a tense and emotional confrontation. In an unexpected turn of events, Jake and Rose are forced to team up to fend off an attack from the Hunts clan. The action-packed sequence showcases Jake's dragon powers in full display as he transforms and fights alongside Rose, who proves to be a formidable opponent in her own right. Their chemistry and combat skills shine as they take on their common enemies, but the underlying tension remains. In the heat of battle, Jake finally confronts Rose about her involvement with the Hunts clan. She reveals that she's been struggling with her identity, caught between her loyalty to her family and her feelings for him. Rose expresses her desire to break free from the expectations of the Hunts clan, wanting to be her own person rather than just a member of a legacy she didn't choose. This moment of vulnerability deepens their bond, as Jake realizes that Rose is not just a member of the enemy. She is someone who feels just as trapped as he does. But as the battle rages on, their connection is tested further when the Hunts clan captures Rose and threatens her family to keep her in line. Jake is faced with an impossible choice: protect the girl he loves or uphold his duty as the American Dragon. This dilemma forces him to confront the very essence of what it means to be a hero. Is it noble to sacrifice personal happiness for the greater good, or is true courage standing up for love, even when the odds are stacked against you? In a heart-stopping climax, Jake rallies his friends, and together they devise a plan to rescue Rose and take down the Hunts clan once and for all. With a newfound sense of purpose, Jake embraces his identity as both a dragon and a boy in love, ready to fight for what matters most to him. As the dust settles from their battle, Jake is left with a bittersweet sense of hope and uncertainty. He has proven himself as a hero, but what will happen to his relationship with Rose? Can their love survive the trials ahead, or is it destined to be another casualty of their opposing worlds? As Jake Long and Rose confront the reality of their intertwined destinies, their relationship becomes a roller coaster of emotions and challenges. The lingering question of whether their love can withstand the pressures of their conflicting worlds looms over them like a dark cloud. In the subsequent episodes, we delve deeper into this bittersweet love story, exploring the trials and tribulations that come with being involved with someone from the Hunts clan. The tension escalates in the episode Act 4, Scene 15, where Jake and his friends are embroiled in a battle against the Hunts clan over a magical beetle that holds incredible power. While Jake is focused on the fight and the responsibility of protecting magical creatures, he is also haunted by thoughts of Rose. He struggles to reconcile his feelings for her with the knowledge that she is part of the very organization that has hunted him and his kind. In a moment of vulnerability, Jake confides in Spud and Trixie, expressing his confusion and frustration. He feels torn between the love he has for Rose and the fear that she may ultimately betray him. Despite their reassurances, Jake cannot shake the nagging doubt that her loyalty lies with the Hunts clan, especially with the weight of her family's expectations hanging over her head. Meanwhile, Rose is grappling with her own internal conflict. As she witnesses the Hunts clan's increasing hostility toward Jake and his friends, she begins to question her place within the organization. The more she learns about their true intentions, the more she feels the pull to break free from the constraints of her family's legacy. In a poignant moment, she reaches out to Jake, revealing her desire to fight against the Hunts clan and stand beside him, not as an enemy, but as an ally. However, their reunion is short-lived. The Hunts clan, wary of Rose's growing bond with Jake, intensifies their efforts to control her. They threaten her family and manipulate her emotions, trying to force her to choose between loyalty to her bloodline and her feelings for Jake. As the pressure mounts, Rose faces an agonizing decision. Will she continue to fight for her love or succumb to the demands of her family? In the following episode, The Hunted, Jake finds himself captured by the Hunts clan, leading to a gripping race against time for Rose and her newfound allies. As she grapples with her loyalties, she ultimately makes the courageous decision to ally with Jake's friends, Spud and Trixie, to rescue him. The trio devises a daring plan to infiltrate the Hunts clan's headquarters, showcasing their teamwork and unwavering commitment to one another. In a thrilling climax, Rose confronts the Hunts clan, revealing her true allegiance and standing up against the very organization she once called family. The battle is fierce, and she fights valiantly alongside Jake, proving that love can indeed conquer fear. Their connection strengthens as they work together, blending their strengths and abilities to overcome the odds stacked against them. Yet, even in victory, there is a bittersweet undertone. As their relationship deepens, the reality of their situation becomes increasingly clear. Despite their love, the threat of the Hunts clan continues to loom over them, and Jake realizes that the world they inhabit may never truly allow them to be together without consequences. In a heart-wrenching moment, Jake and Rose share a passionate kiss, but the weight of their circumstances lingers heavily in the air. They are forced to confront the possibility that their love may not be enough to bridge the gap between their worlds. As they part ways, each of them is left with a sense of longing and uncertainty about the future. Throughout this turbulent journey, both Jake and Rose learn valuable lessons about sacrifice, loyalty, and the complexities of love. They realize that their bond is not just a romantic connection. It is a powerful force that can inspire them to challenge the status quo and fight for a better future for both the human and magical realms. As the tumultuous journey of Jake Long and Rose unfolds, their love story becomes entwined with a greater battle for the future of both the human and magical worlds. The stakes have never been higher as the Hunts clan escalates their efforts to capture Jake and eliminate any threats to their power. The episode titled Dragon Summit marks a significant turning point in the series, pushing Jake to his limits and testing his resolve as the American Dragon. Jake, along with Gramps and Fu, embarks on a journey to the islands of Draco for the annual Dragon Summit, an important gathering of dragons from around the world. This is Jake's chance to connect with other dragons and learn more about his heritage, but it's also a critical moment for him to prove himself as a leader. Gramps emphasizes the need for Jake to make a good impression, as he is the first American dragon to participate in the summit. The pressure is palpable, and Jake feels the weight of his lineage bearing down on him. However, the summit takes an unexpected turn when Jake encounters the Dark Dragon, a mysterious and powerful entity that poses a significant threat not just to him, but to all dragons. The Dark Dragon, who is revealed to have a personal vendetta against Gramps, seeks to exploit Jake's status and turn him against his own kind. As the Dark Dragon manipulates Jake's insecurities and fears, he begins to question his place within the dragon community and whether he truly belongs. While Jake grapples with his inner turmoil, Rose finds herself in a precarious situation. Determined to support Jake, she decides to infiltrate the Hunts clan to gather information and thwart their plans. As she delves deeper into their operations, she uncovers a sinister plot. The Hunts clan is preparing to unleash a powerful weapon that could eradicate all magical creatures. Rose's discovery sets the stage for an explosive confrontation, but it also puts her own safety in jeopardy. In a dramatic twist, Rose learns that the Hunts clan has been using her family as pawns in their quest for power. Faced with the painful truth that her loved ones have been manipulated, Rose becomes even more determined to break free from her past and fight for what is right. This pivotal moment solidifies her resolve to stand by Jake's side, regardless of the dangers that lie ahead. As the summit progresses, Jake faces a series of challenges designed to test his strength, wisdom, and courage. He must confront the Dark Dragon in a battle that will determine the fate of all dragons. The intensity of the fight pushes Jake to tap into the full extent of his abilities, forcing him to embrace his dual identity as both a dragon and a human. With Gramps and Food cheering him on, Jake rises to the occasion, showcasing his growth and maturity as a hero. Just when it seems that victory is within reach, the Dark Dragon unleashes a devastating attack, threatening to defeat Jake and plunge the dragon world into chaos. In that moment of despair, Rose arrives just in time to lend her support. Together, they combine their strengths, proving that love and unity are more powerful than any adversary. With Rose by his side, Jake finds the courage to face the Dark Dragon head-on, leading to a climactic showdown filled with breathtaking action and emotional stakes. In a heart-stopping finale, Jake and Rose work in perfect harmony, using their unique abilities to outsmart the Dark Dragon. As they confront their fears and insecurities, they discover the true meaning of strength lies not just in power, but in the bonds they share. The battle culminates in a spectacular display of dragon fire and teamwork that leaves viewers on the edge of their seats. As the dust settles, Jake emerges victorious, but the victory comes at a cost. The Dark Dragon is defeated, but the aftermath of their battle leaves lingering consequences for Jake and Rose. They have proven themselves as heroes, but the challenges they face are far from over. With the HuntsClan still looming and their world still at risk, Jake and Rose must navigate the uncertain terrain ahead, armed with the knowledge that their love can withstand even the most formidable obstacles. After the intense confrontation with the Dark Dragon, Jake Long and Rose emerge from the battle with a renewed sense of purpose, but the road ahead is anything but easy. The aftermath of their victory leaves them with more questions than answers. The HuntsClan is still out there, and their threat looms larger than ever. In the episode titled Homecoming, both Jake and Rose must grapple with the consequences of their choices and the realities of their intertwined destinies. Returning to school after the summit, Jake feels a mix of pride and apprehension. He has proven himself as the American Dragon, but the cost of that victory weighs heavily on his shoulders. He knows that while he celebrated a significant win, the HuntsClan has not been vanquished. They are still plotting from the shadows, looking for ways to regain control and eliminate any threats to their power. Jake's friends, Spud and Trixie, rally around him, providing the support he needs as he navigates the complexities of being both a dragon and a teenager. Meanwhile, Rose's journey takes on a different dimension. After confronting her own family legacy, she is determined to reclaim her identity and forge a new path. No longer just a member of the HuntsClan, she is now a powerful ally to Jake and a protector of magical creatures. However, her transition is fraught with challenges. As she distances herself from her past, she must also confront the prejudices of those who see her as an enemy. The stigma surrounding her former allegiance creates tension, and she grapples with feelings of guilt and regret over the choices she made while under the HuntsClan's influence. In this episode, Jake and Rose's relationship deepens as they navigate these complexities together. They share heartfelt conversations about trust and redemption, exploring what it means to forgive oneself and move forward. Jake reassures Rose that he sees her for who she truly is now, not for her past, reminding her that everyone deserves a second chance. Their bond strengthens as they support one another in this transition, becoming each other's pillars of strength. However, their newfound peace is short-lived. The HuntsClan, now more desperate than ever, begins to retaliate. Led by a new, cunning leader, they devise a plan to sow discord between Jake and Rose, capitalizing on their vulnerabilities. A series of misunderstandings and orchestrated events attempt to drive a wedge between the couple, testing their trust in one another. Jake finds himself torn between defending magical creatures and protecting Rose, while Rose struggles with her commitment to Jake and the lingering shadow of her past. This external pressure culminates in a dramatic showdown that challenges the strength of their relationship. In a pivotal moment, Jake must choose between confronting the HuntsClan directly or trusting Rose to handle the situation herself. The tension reaches a boiling point when Rose feels that Jake doubts her loyalty, leading to a confrontation that threatens to unravel the progress they've made together. In the heat of the moment, they each make impulsive decisions that put them at odds. Jake's protective instincts clash with Rose's desire for autonomy, creating a rift that seems insurmountable. Their misunderstanding leads to a confrontation with the HuntsClan, where both are forced to face the repercussions of their actions. But as the dust settles from their heated exchange, something remarkable happens. In the midst of the chaos, they realize that their love is worth fighting for, and they must stand united against the real enemy. With renewed determination, Jake and Rose put aside their differences and combine their strengths, showcasing the power of collaboration and trust. Together, they devise a plan to counter the HuntsClan's latest scheme, demonstrating that true love can conquer even the most formidable obstacles. Their bond proves to be a source of strength and resilience, allowing them to face the challenges head-on. The climax of their struggle reaches its peak when they confront the HuntsClan in a final showdown, showcasing their growth as individuals and as a couple. In the end, their courage and commitment pay off. They defeat the HuntsClan's new leader, restoring balance to both their worlds. As they stand together in the aftermath, Jake and Rose reflect on their journey and the struggles they've overcome. They realize that while their path may be fraught with challenges, they have the strength to face them together. With the HuntsClan defeated and their bond stronger than ever, Jake and Rose stand on the brink of a new beginning. They have not only embraced their identities, but have also forged a partnership that transcends their differences. As they look to the future, they know that challenges will continue to arise, but they are ready to face them hand in hand, proving that love can truly change the world. As the screen fades to black, viewers are left with the powerful message that no matter the obstacles, love, trust, and courage can pave the way for a brighter future. Jake Long and Rose's story serves as a reminder that our identities are shaped not just by our pasts, but by the choices we make in the present and the connections we forge along the way. As Jake Long and Rose step into this new chapter of their lives, the journey they've taken together resonates deeply with themes of identity, acceptance, and the transformative power of love. Their relationship has evolved from one of secrecy and misunderstanding to a partnership built on trust and mutual respect. This conclusion not only captures the essence of their adventure, but also highlights the lessons learned along the way. Throughout the series, Jake has navigated the challenges of being a teenager while grappling with the extraordinary responsibilities that come with being half-dragon. Each adventure has brought him closer to understanding his true self. He learns that embracing his dual identity is not a burden, but a unique gift that allows him to connect with both worlds. The struggles he faced, balancing friendships, crushes, and heroic duties, are universal experiences that resonate with viewers of all ages. Rose's journey, too, is one of self-discovery and empowerment. Initially defined by her family's legacy within the HuntsClan, she breaks free from those constraints to forge her own path. Her transformation from a potential adversary to a steadfast ally illustrates the complexity of human relationships and the possibility of redemption. Rose's courage to confront her past and fight for her future alongside Jake emphasizes the idea that our choices shape who we are and that it's never too late to change one's narrative. The series wraps up with a powerful reminder that love transcends boundaries. Jake and Rose's relationship symbolizes the idea that true connection can overcome the most formidable obstacles, be they familial expectations, societal pressures, or personal insecurities. Their bond serves as a beacon of hope, demonstrating that understanding and empathy can lead to healing and unity. As they stand together, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead, Jake and Rose inspire viewers to embrace their own identities and the connections that make them whole. Their story is a testament to the strength found in vulnerability and the importance of standing up for what is right, even in the face of adversity. The finale leaves fans with a sense of optimism, knowing that Jake and Rose will continue to navigate their dual lives together, ready to protect the magical world while cherishing the love that binds them. In the end, American Dragon, Jake Long, is more than just an adventure filled with dragons and magic. It's a heartfelt exploration of the journey toward self-acceptance, the power of friendship, and the importance of love in all its forms. As viewers reflect on Jake and Rose's incredible journey, they are reminded that no matter how complicated life may get, the bonds we create can guide us through even the toughest of times. Jake Long's adventures have left a lasting impact on fans, encouraging them to embrace their differences and celebrate their unique stories. As they bid farewell to this beloved series, they carry with them the lessons learned from Jake and Rose's journey, ready to face their own lives with courage, compassion, and the unwavering belief that love can conquer all.